Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live in the UFC's Chesilweight division. 5 rounds of action, 285 pounds is the fighter out of the blue corner. He missed weight by 20 pounds as he was at the McDonald's the night before weigh-ins, slamming his face with the McGuru. Alright, sorry. But yeah, we are live. How long has it been? Let's check. Videos? Just a month, so not crazy. Nothing crazy. Last stream 2 months ago. So again, nothing crazy here, alright? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, my sound is on again. Alright, let's check the live chat, and we'll get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got a fight scheduled June 28th in Virginia, my opponent's home area, hometown. Where is it? Rocky Mount or Rocky Point? I don't even remember. We'll find out once the fight happens, to be honest with you there. We're fighting a 1-0 bantamweight prospect out of Virginia. I'm a 1-0 bantamweight prospect out of North Carolina. We're going into his hometown, and we're going to choke the dude out in 2 rounds. I wanted to be in 2 rounds. Everybody's saying the bank account's on Bert. Don't put your money on me to win this fight because I'm going to be way too big of a favorite. So wait for me to get to 3-0, 4-0, and then I get a little bit overvalued on those betting odds and lose because I'm really not that good. I'm just fighting guys that also are not that good. In other news, we do have a lot of stuff to go over today. I'm just kidding. There's like no news today. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I think it was 2 things on my main account. Dan Hooker wants to return in August or September later this year. Had another surgery on his hand. Not another broken bone, but he's got to fix something that the surgeon didn't really get to in his last surgery. But he's going to be trying to return in August or September. He wanted to fight on the July pay-per-view for the backup spot for the BMF belt. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Dan Hooker was supposed to be the backup there. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to fight in July, so he's supposed to be the backup, likely probably the co-main event. I don't know who it would have been against. I kind of want to look and see who that might have been. It's not going to be Ilya. Ilya's fighting for the belt. It's not going to be like an Arman Tsarukyan. Come on, because it's a BMF backup type of fight. It wouldn't be the champ Islam Makhachev, obviously. It's not going to be Charles Oliveira. I don't know who it would have been. Maybe they just would have done Paddy versus Dan Hooker. You never know. Rankings wise, it would have made sense. You never know. I'm not honestly sure. What is up, Email Melson, the absolute OG of this chat? You can see he's already I forgot what they call him, the moderator, I think. And that's what you call him in YouTube. The rare Bart sighting. Indeed. We are very inactive on these here playing grounds, especially in the last month. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our first year of college. Absolutely done. No more college until next year. So we got all of summer now. I have no excuses not to post. I have no excuses not to grind. All I have is time. And I'm going to use that time to stay active on here. Full card predictions every week. Confident picks videos every single week. MMA news updates every single day. Let's think. What other posts do we got to do? Quick pick predictions. Results videos. Fights to make next. Card builders. All of that. And more this summer and beyond. Because ladies and gentlemen, this is the last year that I will be living in a place that has other people in it. Again, when I first started my YouTube channel, I'm in my own house. I was with my mom, my sister, my dad. You can't post at all times because they're awake or they're sleeping. You don't want to wake them up. So it's hard. Then I was at the college dorm and I couldn't post because I got a roommate who's going to wake up if I start freaking rambling about John Jones not fighting Tom Aspinall. So I couldn't do that. And then we're here where I'm going to be in my own place, my own apartment, no roommates, and I have all the freedom in the world to post. So it's good now. It's good. Dan Hooker has Down syndrome. It's possible. It's possible. Let's check it out. I was about to say Down Hooker. My bad. Dan Hooker, Down syndrome. Let's just make sure. Dan Hooker chases... his daughter has Down syndrome. Okay, I didn't even know that. His daughter actually has Down syndrome? I did not know that. Doesn't she have a YouTube channel? I know that sounds weird for me to just randomly say. Doesn't Dan Hooker's young daughter have a YouTube channel? But I remember him saying it in like a Submission Radio interview that he has... I think his daughter has a YouTube channel. Like she just vlogs 2-minute videos. It's more than I do on YouTube, but I think she does. I don't know where it is. But did it actually just say? I felt like I just saw the... There you go. Dan Hooker chases daughter with Down syndrome kid. I don't know. His daughter, I don't think has Down syndrome. I don't remember that being the case. That would be a crazy coincidence for you to say Down Hooker has Down syndrome and his daughter did that. That would be a crazy coincidence, but I'm not going to 100% unequivocally say that. So I don't know. Let's check the comments here. 6th ranked UFC lightweight Dan Hooker looking to return later this year in August or September. Who do you think he should fight next following his recovery from injury/surgery? I didn't add that. His last fight was about a year ago from when he would want to fight. He wants to fight in August, September. His last fight was in August against Mateusz Gamrot. I believe it was in Perth or some other place in Australia or Sydney or something like that. So Sydney or Perth, likely. But it's going to be about a year off for Dan Hooker, which it's not ideal. He's one of the more exciting guys on the UFC roster. Not a lot of other guys making a run for his money because he makes exciting fights with wrestlers and grapplers. Like he made a Gamrot fight exciting. That wasn't Gamrot and Beneil Dariush actually doing fun stuff on the ground. He actually made it where Gamrot was trying to make it boring, trying to make it like that, and he still made it fun. So Dan, Poirier, Holloway's fun, Gaethje's fun. Lightweight just has so many fun guys in this little top 6. Patty's, I guess, turning into a fun fighter for sure. Beneil, not necessarily super fun. Moicano's not necessarily super fun. Faziev's always fun. Chandler's always fun. Benoit's always fun, especially when he's getting beaten up. Grant's not very fun. Joel's always fun. It's a fun division. Good content, bro. What do you think about the Willie Cat versus Korean Tiger fight? I just saw that got announced the past few days. I think I posted it on the Bert MMA 2 account. I was surprised. I was talking with Daniel Santos like not long ago. And this might sound weird that I was just talking to Daniel Santos, a UFC fighter. But I was talking with him and he was talking about trying to fight in June. So, fought a little bit earlier, but obviously he doesn't have to do the weight cut because he's going up a weight class to fight Jung Young Lee on this UFC fight card. Short notice, up a weight class, May 10th. It is currently May 2nd, so he's only got about 2 weeks. I think it was about 2 weeks from when it got announced to when it's actually going to happen. But he just pulled out also. So it's not like he's coming in with like no training camp or anything like that. I think, was it April 5th? Let me see. I think it was April 5th that he was supposed to fight Davy Grant. I could be wrong. Daniel Santos, Willie Cat, 11-2, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Chute Box. Let's see. I think it was April 5th. Yeah. He's been pulling out a lot. Oh my gosh. We haven't seen this guy in forever. So, he fought Johnny Munoz. 2023 was his last fight. He's 2-1 in the UFC, 2 wins in a row. Pulled out against Daniel Marcos. Why? No reason given. Pulled out against Said Nurmagomedov as a heavy underdog. Why? I don't know why he keeps pulling out. And then Davy Grant. Medical issues after he weighed in. He did all the stuff. And he still pulled out. I don't know. Like I'm a little shocked. That's 3 cancellations in a row. 1 in 2023, 1 in 2024, 1 in 2025. But those are all bantamweight fights. So maybe he's cutting too much weight. And maybe the weight cuts cause him to get injured or have medical issues. So I don't know. I'm not always the guy to say, oh, the fighter should move up. The fighter should move up. But if you're pulling out this much, I think he should. If he wins, if he feels good, fights Jung Young Lee and wins this fight, I think he should move up. Like, why not? You beat a 2-1 guy. You're 2-1. He's 2-1. If you go out there and beat this guy, I mean, move up to featherweight. You don't seem to be fighting active at all in the bantamweight division. And even before that, like, Jesus, 2019 through 2022, 3 fight cancellations, 3 years off of MMA fighting until he fought in the UFC. Like, he should move up for sure. Daniel Santos is not a guy I want to see fighting in the UFC bantamweight division ever again. After this fight with Jung Young Lee, you stay at 145, Daniel. Listen to me. We've talked in the past. You wanted to fight in June. You got May. Up a weight class. Stay in that weight class, Daniel. I'm going to talk to you after your fight. I'm going to DM you again. You better stay at featherweight. I'm pleading with you here. Why you're not making videos? YouTube. YouTube is, 1, time consuming, and 2, it's hard to do when you've got people in the house or people in your own room. So I was in college where there's people all around. I have a roommate that's sleeping all the time, doing video games, whatever. And it's just not a very good place or environment to make YouTube videos consistently when you got somebody in there 24/7 all the time, basically. So I would rather, wait till now where I'm never going to be in an environment where I have a roommate ever again, and make my videos. I have no excuse now. What's up? Good to see you back. What is up, Big Ankh MMA? I can't believe you changed that to the Ali Abdelaziz nickname. That's crazy. Imagine if Santos pulls out again. I swear to God. You stepped in on short notice. That's a great thing to do. You're saving the UFC. You're helping out Jung Young Lee. You're getting a good opponent. If you pull out, just cut him. I know he's good. I talked to Daniel. I think Daniel follows me on Instagram. But if you pull out again, Daniel, I might throw a fit. I might punch my screen, and I will unfollow you. I will call for your immediate release from the United States. Yes, the United States. He doesn't live here, but I will never allow him to come here again. He will be deported by Donald Trump and never be allowed to fight in the UFC again. Daniel Santos, if you pull out for the 4th time, you haven't fought in like 2.5 years. If you pull out again, God damn, so help you God. I'm a bantamweight as well. We're fighting. I know you'll beat my ass, but we're fighting, Daniel. I don't want to say any Brazilian slurs, so let's calm down. Everybody calm. Okay, all right, whatever. Oki versus Medeiros, that's not a bad fight. Oki is, I would say, underrated. He's overrated by a certain population of MMA fans, especially from his country. But I think he's solid. Marquel is 2-0 in the UFC. He is underrated. Nobody's talking about Marquel Medeiros. But he's got some decent wins. Decisions, nothing really too good. Oki won his debut, then got choked out by Chris Duncan. Just got caught. But I think, it's going to be a fun striking fight. Bolaji's got some good wrestling to mix in as well. I think Oki takes it. That's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight at all. Retired. I don't know how this got 2,000 likes. For a Vince Pichel retirement post? Like, really? I mean, he beat Jim Miller. I'll take it. Very boringly, but he beat Jim Miller, Other people are here to carry the chat. I can smoke. Well, yeah. I mean, you can. I would like everybody, all 9 of you, to be involved in the chat in some way or another, not to just smoke. Smoke and chat at the same time. The priority is the chat, not the smoke, all right? Chiesa versus McGee. What's up with Chiesa getting layups? I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Seriously. Court McGee, at this point in his career, should not... This is a step up for Court and a big step down for Chiesa. Why? Why are we doing that? Let's look up Chiesa. Tapology. Why are we doing it? Both ways. You look at it from Court McGee's perspective. Why is he getting a step up? You look at it from Chiesa's perspective. Why are we giving him a step down? Like, what's the point? He just beat Tony Ferguson in a round, choked him out easily. He just beat Max Griffin, who's not a slouch either. This is a dude that beat Jeremiah Wells, Tim Means, Carlos Condit, Kenan Sung. You know, a pretty average, solid guy. Tony Ferguson as well. Only lost to rank level opposition. The number one contender. A top 15 guy. I think Kevin Holland is right outside the top 15. 2 wins in a row. And you're going to give him Court McGee? Why? Why? He's 40 years old. 40 years old. He's coming off 1 win. 3 losses in a row. 2 by knockout in a round. And lost to Alex Morono unanimously, who's since then has lost 3 straight and has been dominated by Carlos Leal. And you're going to, just because he beat Tim Means, you're going to give him a step up to Chiesa? Why? Tim Means is 1-5 in his last 6. 1-5 in his last 6. What? Cool, you beat freaking Tim Means, but like, why is this the fight? There's so many better options. Look at where he's ranked on Tapology right now. 21. This is a guy right outside of the rankings that, like I said, only lost to this guy, 13. Only lost to, is Kevin Holland still here somewhere? Is he hiding? Or is he still ranked at middleweight on Tapology? Because Tapology don't know how to do it. And he lost to Sean Brady as well. Like, Chiesa's a legit dude. I know a lot of people like to freaking rag on him. But you could have easily done Michael Chiesa versus Rinat Fakhretdinov. Who's opposed to that? Give Rinat a veteran. He's only fought Leal, a prospect, Dalby, sort of a veteran, but not an actual big-name veteran. Alizu, not a big-name veteran. Kevin Lee was. Brian Battle, Andreas Michailidis. Give him that veteran. Why couldn't we have done Chiesa versus Rinat? Why couldn't we done Chiesa versus Gabriel Bonfim? Gabriel just won 2 straight. Submitted Chaos Williams. That's a good grappling match between Gabriel and Michael Chiesa. The new versus the old. The 40-year-old versus the 27-year-old, young, tall, good-looking. I should stop. But why couldn't we have done that? Court McGee, what does that do? Where is Court ranked? I don't even think he'd be top 50. And let's just be honest. He's probably way down here at like 70. Court McGee, he's at 56. Coming off 1 win. Give him Kenan Song in China in August. Like, why is this the first thought for the UFC to give Court McGee this fight? I don't get it. I'm seriously, like, you got a guy in Court McGee. He's a decent name. I think he won the Ultimate Fighter. Long time veteran for the hardcores. Give him Jacoby Smith. Have Jacoby just absolutely smash Court McGee. Get Jacoby as sort of a name. Undefeated. 1 minute knockout of Preston Parsons in his debut. Get him just an easy flatline knockout. Why can't we do that? Why? I don't get it. I severely hate this. All right, we move on. That's just stupidity in my opinion. What the hell is? Why is it in Atlanta? Are either of these guys from Atlanta? I'm gonna look like an idiot if neither of them are. Where are they from? Washington and Utah. Utah is nowhere freaking near. Washington is nowhere freaking near. What are we doing? Why is this in Atlanta? What the hell are we doing? Have Jacoby Smith absolutely murder Court McGee in Atlanta. Why can't we do that? Have Chiesa fight Gabriel Bonfim. Rinat Fakhretdinov. What are we doing? All right. God damn, UFC. Sometimes your decisions are just... they make my head go a little crazy there. God damn. All right. Have you looked into getting a conference room in the library? I actually did. There's these conference rooms in my, like the study hall area. And you can get 30 minutes. This is what I got. 30 minutes. And then there's somebody knocking, trying to get in there. There's an hour time slot every once in a blue moon. So, yeah. But now we're good. We could go back to the old days, baby. All right. Jordan Levitt versus Kurt Holloway. Another good fight. Could be the last one for Kurt if he loses. I agree. Kurt's the one that's been following me for a while, so I do have bias towards Kurt McGee. He follows me on Bert MMA 1, on Bert MMA 2, and on Bert MMA 3. So that's why I put him on Bert MMA 3. But I'm hoping Kurt wins. It's a weird fight. Kurt is a decent wrestler, a decent grappler, definitely has better punches than Jordan. Jordan's actually a little bit underrated when it comes to his kicking game. He's not horrible. Like, everybody, obviously, he's a grappler. He's a wrestler, grappler type of guy. He's got decent kicks. It's not horrible on the ground. Do I know who actually wins this fight? Not really. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. That's one of those that could literally go either way. I'm going to lean Kurt Hollabaugh, because Jordan Levitt is coming off an injury. Kurt has been active. He's been fighting. His wrestling, I think, should be enough, and things like that. But I would assume Jordan might be the favorite on that one. But if I was a betting man, I'm probably dog or passing it. If Kurt's the dog, I'm probably betting that, to be honest. But let's see. I'm very curious to see what the Tapology. It's a huge age discrepancy. Oh my God. Let's see. What does Tapology have this as? Did I just pass it? No predictions have been made. I got Kurt Hollabaugh, though. I got Kurt. That's a weird fight, though. It's a very, very weird fight. Let's go back to Bert MMA regular. All right. Vince and Dan Argueta retired. Yeah, Dan Argueta. We can pull up his. Let's go search. Let's pull it up to a new tab. And let's find Dan Argueta. I forgot what all he said. That's an interesting retirement. I think he was like 2-4, 2-3 in the UFC, something like that. So not amazing. I want to actually pull that up. Dan Argueta. 9-3-0 with 2 no contests. One of them he lost to Miles Johns. The other one, did he lose to Ronnie Lawrence? What was the reason for that one? Premature stoppage. Ooh. I don't remember what the reasoning was for that one. I don't know who got the stoppage. I don't know. That's crazy. 2 no contests in a row has to be some sort of record. I doubt there's another UFC fighter out there that's got 2 in a row. It's a little crazy, but he fought up a weight class in his debut. Beat Nick Aguirre, who's out of the UFC right now. It's not horrible, but got that win, had the 2 weird no contests, and fought some killers on the way out. Gian Matsumoto, who went toe-to-toe with Rob Font on short notice, and then Cody Haddon, who's going to be a problem in the future, and that was his retirement fight. He missed weight for it, so that's for you, Dan Argueta. Don't be missing weight on my watch, but he got the Myron Santos win. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. Back when Myron was cutting an ungodly amount of weight. That was Myron's first ever loss. 12-0. I think that's his only loss, really. Let me check. That's his only loss, Dan Argueta. So, I guess you can say he beat the tough champ. That's what he's got. But let's see what his little statement was. It's with a heavy heart that today I've decided to hang up my gloves after receiving news of the UFC not giving me the opportunity to finish out the final fight on my contract. So, he got cut. I've ultimately decided to turn the page and start writing my next chapter. Oh my God, I can't speak. With that being said, fighting indeed saved my life. I gave it all my energy, all my time. I stepped into an octagon, and that's something I'm at peace with. This opportunity taught me more about myself than anything else, molded me into the man that can handle becoming the best version of himself. It helped me find the best friend and soon to be beautiful wife, and it showed me that I can't do anything I set my mind to. So, yeah, he got cut. That does suck. Makes sense. I told you, I just looked at it. He's like 1-3. 1-3 and then 2 no contests. So, I mean, let's be honest. I thought he should have been cut for a while. He's been on my list for so long. I kid you not. Can I not sign into this? Did it do it? All right, there you go. Cut them right now. Let's see. Is he still on here? I haven't updated this in a while. We have every fighter that we should cut from the UFC. I don't know if he is still on here. Cortavius is. We can take him off because he just got cut. Josias is still in. I don't think. I think I already deleted him from here. Maybe. Nope, there he is. Dan Argueta. He's been on here for a while. On my fighters to cut from the UFC. Pedro Falcao. Yep. Quang Lee's fighting this weekend. Should be cut. Don Calon. Yep. So I've been spot on a few of these. I think Kevin Jousset just got cut as well. Or retired. Vince Michel retired. Cut him. Who's another one? Kevin Jousset. Where was he? Where are you? Kevin, there you are. Bye-bye. Yeah, these are all the fighters to cut from the UFC that I personally think should be cut from the UFC. I will add more. I just haven't been updating it regularly, but I should probably get back to that because it was fun. Phil Rowe follows me as well. Don't tell Phil I did this. Anthony Smith, he just retired. I'm take him off. Let's see. Do we have anybody else that's still on the UFC roster? Am I missing anybody? Because I haven't been on here in a while. Antonio Tricoli, I don't know how he's still on here. Kenan Song, Francisco Prado, Preston Parsons, Wellington Turman. I don't know how has Nicole Ferretinica not been cut yet? I really, why? He freaking struck after the fight was over, got dominated, finished, 0-2 in the UFC, 0-1 on the Contender. How is he not cut yet? I mean, what are we doing here? Mickey Gall's obviously going to be on here. Are we missing anybody? Darius Flowers, Anshula Jubilee. Yeah, get back to your country. God damn. All right, Munoz, Lucas Almeida, Con Ofley. I forgot the name. Jekka Saraji. Lucas Alexander. He got cut, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. So we got that one. Pedro Munoz. That's a hardcore stance right there. That's a hot take for sure. Pedro Munoz. I think he should be cut. Nathan Fletcher. Carlos Vera. That's a hot take as well. He just got a knockout win. Cut him. I don't care. Luan Lacerda. Is he still in? I don't know. Toshiomi Kazama. Jimmy Flick. He should probably be cut pretty soon. Kiru Sahota. A lot of women. I don't think any women have been cut recently. So, I think we're good. Yeah. So, yeah. There should be, let's see, 116 more cuts to the UFC roster right now. Right now. Get them the hell out of my beloved roster. Okay? Gone. We don't want you. We don't need you. I hate you. I don't hate you, Karu, I love you. But you understand what I mean. I don't want these people taking up a roster spot that I want some actual young Tajikistani striker, 17-0 on the regional scene. I want him to take Karu's spot. I want Mohammed Usman to go back to, I don't know where he's from, and Chukalele Usman to come into the UFC 6-0. Some of these dudes just don't deserve it. What is this guy doing on the roster still? Why haven't we cut him? Why? What's the point? I gotta add more. We're gonna do this live. I don't know. I have all the time in the world now. We're gonna do this live. We have the matchmaking. Let's go. UFC. Is that the actual one? UFC rankings? That might be. Okay. Let's see. Is there anybody else we should cut? We got Sean Sharaf. We got Chris Barnett, Lucas Brzezinski, Austin Lang, Justin Toff, Muhammad Usman, Thomas Peterson, and Dante Mays. I literally think all of them should be cut. Seriously? This is a roster of highly skilled heavyweights in the great 2025? They're on... imagine if this was the NFL and we had guys looking like Don'Tale Mays. There probably is some guys in the NFL looking like Don'Tale Mays. If we had guys looking like Chris Barnett in the NFL, would we take the NFL as serious? Seriously, would we take the NFL seriously, knowing that we got a Chris Barnett on the roster? No, we would not. No, we damn would not. So I think that's all for the heavyweights. Let's see, do I have anybody missing at light heavyweight? How many light heavyweights? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6 cuts for light heavyweight. Let's see. There's got to be more. Light heavyweight sucks so much. All right, we got Tuco, 1. Billy Elicana, 2. Cerquillera, 3. Junior Tafa, 4. Yeah. Kevin Christian, I don't think I have him on here just because he hasn't fought yet. No. So it's 4. Ivan Urslan, 5. DR Nurgozai, we're going to keep him. Yoran Satibaldiev, we'll keep him. Marcin Prachnio, yeah. Who was the other one we had? Tuco, Elecana, Jr., Circuiera, Ivan, and Marcin Prachnio. I don't think there's anybody else, to be honest. Bruno Lopez is fine. He's fun. Iwan Kutelabas, he's staying in the UFC till he dies. Like, I love that man. I love that man. And then all of these ones are fun, and they're right outside the rankings, so that makes sense. Nobody to really add there. Let's check middleweight. We got Marc-Andre, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 middleweights. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Let's go to the bottom. 66 middleweights on the roster. I think 9 of them should be cut. So, yeah. Jose Medina, that's 1. Jose Henrique just got signed, so we're cool. Antonio Tracoli, that's 2. Eric Maconico, 3. Robert Berkshek, 4. Nick Klein can stay. He's 0-1 in the UFC. Short notice against an undefeated killer, and he actually looked not horrible. We're going to keep him. He's fun. Steps in on short notice. I like him. DeJordan, same thing. That fight was a banger. Dusko, you're gone. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and Dusko, 5. Andre Pulayev, 6. Cut him. Ozzy Diaz, you're cool. Fun fight. Robert Valentine, close. Just, you're so fun. You're 0-2 in the UFC, but you're really fun. So we'll keep you in here. Is that only 6? Who else do we have? Cody Brundage is cool. Dumas is cool. Bruno, 7. Trayshawn Gore, cool. Fun fights. Eric Anders and Marc-Andre Barrial. Yeah, we're cutting them. And everybody else I think is cool. Does anybody disagree with anything I'm saying right now? Am I just sounding like an idiot saying we should cut? I don't even know. Have any of these been outlandish so far? I don't think so. Marc-Andre Barrial his chin is done at this point. Are any of these outlandish? Let me read the comments. Let's get back to it in a little bit. I've gone through heavyweight, light heavyweight, and one other weight class, but let's get back into it in a little bit. All right, let's read the comments. I've been slacking on the comments. What's up, John Dong? I just saw your message, so if you are still here, hello. So sorry about not replying yet. Bro, what's next for Kopylov? I miss him. Damn, I'm going to pull out so many tabs during this live stream. What is next for... Oh, you said Kopylov. Oh, he's fighting at 317, yeah. My bad. I thought you said Krylov. My fault. Yeah, Kopylov is fighting 317 versus... what's his face? Paulo Costa. But Krylov, this is what I want for Krylov. You, my friend, are going to China. And you, my friend, are getting knocked out by Zhang Mingyang. Okay? Nikita Krylov, your next stop is August, Shanghai, China, and you're getting your chin absolutely exploded for the second time in a row by Zhang Mingyang. Okay? That's your job now. That's your job is to build other guys. Dominic Cruz, you let him knock you out? Now he's a big name again? He's got some hype? Do the same for Zhang Mingyang. Okay? That's what we're doing. But yeah, Kopylov's got 317 versus Costa. Chiesa, easy sub. Yeah, probably. I'd rather see Chiesa versus Colby. You know damn well Colby's not taking that fight. Colby versus Nick Diaz. How about that? I'm joking. Please do not take that seriously. Rinat Fakhreddinov versus Magny. Any Magny fight I hear about, I do a little bit of that. All right. Andreas Gustafsson, Jeremiah Wills. That's not a bad fight at all. Andreas is a clinch machine. Jeremiah is a powerhouse, and he's got good wrestling. But Andreas isn't trying to wrestle. He's trying to clinch you, and he's trying to knee you and elbow you and freaking murder you in the clinch. So I'm going to go Gustafsson 29-28 or a late TKO. All right. Chiesa should have fought like Brian Battle. Against who? Oh, should have fought like Brian Battle. I don't know. Brian should probably get a ranked fight. Like Kevin Holland, I know he's cool and all. Brian Battle probably should have got that shot before him. Rinat probably should have got that shot before him. Brian, I don't know. I don't know who I'd do. Actually, let me just check. I think I have it as Chidi and Joe Kawani. Let's see. Battle? Yeah, Chidi and Jokawani, I got them Nashville main card opener. Why not? Just do Brian and Chidi. Winner gets a top 15. Chidi is undefeated at welterweight battle. He just won a robbery, so I don't want to give him a top 15 just yet. Steve versus Calvin, Derek versus Talis, and Anthony Hernandez, Sean Strickland. It's a good card. Vallejos, Landwehr. It's a good card. It's a good card. Jacoby Smith versus Chiesa is a banger. That for sure is a banger. Oh, yeah. Edmund versus Petrosky. I'm going Petrosky. I know he's going to be a dog again, but I'm going to go Petrosky to win that fight. Is Gustafsson good enough to beat Wells? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Like enough if you have a script, pressure can produce good results. I guess. But I don't really like scripts. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't really like scripts. How do you think Bilal versus Fluffy at middleweight would go? I'd go Fluffy to win that fight. Yeah, I go Fluffy. Decision. They're not finishing one another. But yeah, I go Fluffy to just win by attempting more submissions and more ground and pound. Either way, they're wrestling, they're scrambling, they're doing all of that. But Fluffy's got the better jiu-jitsu, so he'd be attacking more. He'd be closer to submissions. He wouldn't get any. But he'd be ground and pounding more, so he'd get more points from ground and pound. He'd get more points from the submission attempts. So I would go Anthony Hernandez to win that fight. What is up, Nick? You thought you had me there? You thought I was about to say the N-word on my live stream? No, we don't do that, bud. All right? No. Speaking of Myron Santos, him versus Sodiq Yusuff is, yeah. I heard about that fight like a day before the fight got announced. What is that fight? I know it's short notice. Sodiq Yusuff is permanently moving up to the featherweight division. Permanently moving up to the lightweight division. There you go. Myron Santos was a bantamweight like 3 years ago, moved up to featherweight, and now is taking a short notice fight at lightweight. But he's been talking about he eventually does actually want to become a lightweight in the future. But he's just taking this one on short notice. He will come back down to the featherweight division. It's interesting, though. Sadiq is a tough task. And now you're fighting a big Sadiq? We haven't seen Sadiq in forever. And now you're fighting big Sadiq? I don't know. I don't know what he's been doing in the time off. Has he gotten better? Has his striking improved? I don't know. I'll go Sadiq to win that fight. If Francis Marshall made it that close with you, arguably won. There's an argument there. I would say Sadiq Yusuff wins that fight. Dan Argueta's skill was takedown spamming and defending punches with his face. His striking defense was so bad. It was so bad, yeah. Josias Musasa versus Simon Oliveira seems like a good idea. What do I got for there? Let's see. I'm always curious to see what I'm thinking. Josias Musasa, I got Josias versus Luan Lacerda in July. Let's see what I got for, who'd you say, Oliveira? There's so many Oliveiras on this roster, so let me keep going. And we got Asaf Chapurov versus Simon Oliveira. I'm basically using Simon Oliveira as bait, as showing Asaf is good. I want him to debut. I want Asaf Chapurov. If you don't know the name, now you do. Go look it up. I want him to debut in Azerbaijan, his home country, and I want him to get a fighter served to him on a platter for him to go out there and beat. And that guy is Simon Oliveira. Feed him to Asaf Chapurov. Like, what are we doing? If you don't know who Asaf is, 7-0 pro MMA bantamweight, 23 years of age, coming off a submission win over Wanderlei Jr. in his last fight, an easy win over this man. I believe, doesn't he have a win over a UFC fighter? He fought Joe Anderson Brito back then. Kind of crazy. I think that was his first loss. Submitted him easily. Beat Nikita Mikhailov before that, who is not a bad win at all. Nikita Mikhailov beat Darren Caldwell, former Bellator champion. That's a solid win as well. Asaf Chapurov, this is the biggest part. All of these wins, 5-0, 10-3, 13-3. Crazy wins right there. 31-1 as an amateur. What? 31-1 as an amateur. In how long? Excluding this first random fight, 2021 to 2023. 2 years, the man went 30-1. Then he went pro, and in just 2 years, went 7-0. Active, always fighting good competition. Nobody's got a losing record out of any of these people. And he's finishing them all. And the only decision was a guy that beat a Bellator champion a few fights ago. Debut this man. Let him fight Simon Oliveira. Smash this guy, brother. Smash this guy. Guram and Jusset. Guram. Yeah, I forgot about Guram. Yeah, he just got set a little while ago. Cameron Simon. Yeah, I think Cameron should be cut. Vince Morales should be cut for sure. For sure. Indeed. Medina somehow still in. I don't know how. That's craziness. How is Jose Medina still in here? Forgot about Flick. 2-4 in the UFC. Yeah, he just fought also. Roberto Romero. Yeah, is he not on there? Is Roberto not actually on here? Have we not added him yet? If so, we should. I haven't updated this in a while. I don't think we do. Roberto Romero. Yeah, he's not on here. I only kept him after the David Onama fight because of how close it was. And I was waiting for the Timothy Kwamba fight. But yeah, cut Romero. Bye-bye, buddy. See you later. But yeah, we'll go through welterweight in a little bit. Jeremiah Wells is the most notable. He's obviously got a fight coming up, but I don't think he should be in. Either way, right now, I think he should be cut right now. Before the fight, I think they should cancel the fight, cut him, and put somebody else in there. Let's be honest. All right. Let's see. Roberto Romero. Yeah. Oh my God. Finally, from Woodimifed YT. Oh, that's a weird. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Holy shnikes. John Castaneda. Should John be cut? Andre Muniz should not be cut. Tuco's already on the list. Andre Muniz should not be cut. Come on, guys. John Castaneda, I don't think so. I think he's got a winning record in the UFC. I don't think he should be cut. Let's see. He's 4-4. 4-4. He beat Muin Gafarov to legit win. He beat Miles Johns by submission. That's a legit win as well. Felipe Lima couldn't finish him. John Castaneda could. So no, we're not going to cut John Castaneda. He beat Muin Gafarov, beat this guy. Only lost to Marcos, just about to fight in the top 15. And then a split decision. What are you doing? Come on, man. That's a crazy cut. 50-50 fighter in the UFC. Only losses, Nathaniel Wood, right outside the top 15. Daniel Marcos, right outside the top 15. Chris Gutierrez, former top 15, has been in UFC main events. And Daniel Santos, 2-1 in the UFC, while he also has win over former ranked Miles Johns, Muin Gafarov. Keep John Castaneda. What are you doing? Lucas Brzezinski, I'm going to have so much CTE in his future. But somehow beat Walter Walker and made it close to Martin Bidet. I don't know what's up with that. I literally don't have a match made on my thing. I have everybody in the heavyweight division match made except for Tuivasa, who's got an early 2026 return, and then Shamil Gaziev because he's injured. I had everybody match made except for Lucas Brzezinski because, why is he in the UFC still? I don't even want to match make him because he just shouldn't be here. What is he, 1-5? 1-6, maybe? 1-5. Walter Walker win. KO'd by Waldo. KO'd by Mick. KO'd by Kennedy. Decision by Martin. And decision by a guy who's in the PFL and losing right now. This is a guy that just lost to Oleg Popov in the PFL. You got a guy losing in the PFL. And he lost to that guy. And he's still in the... What are we doing? Just because he got a freaking Contender Series win, which he popped for, doesn't mean he should be in the UFC. Overturned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for testing positive for a drug, clomiphene. He got a submission in round 3, got awarded the contract, and has been losing ever since. Why is he still here? I don't know. I do not know. He's losing, and he popped on the Contender Series. That's probably the only reason he was getting these wins on the regional scene. That's it. We should have known when he lost to a 6-6 Klipowski in 24 seconds, 8-8. We should have known. Like, come on. What are we doing? And last thing, shouldn't this guy go down to light heavyweight? He weighs 234 pounds. 234. What did he weigh before that? 235. 236. 235. And 245. So, 235 pounds. Dude, it's 30 pounds. 30 pounds. I have guys on my wrestling team that are 150 pounds and cut to 130. You're up for you got fat on you. Go down to light heavyweight for blank's sake. God damn. All right, we move on. I've been talking about Lucas Brzezinski for just a little bit too long. Just a little bit too long here. All right. Why am I? Oh, whoops. Oh, that's a good little thumbnail. I'll keep that on the screen. Marcin Paraknio. Yeah, he should be cut. What about Rafael, the guy who lost to Ibo and Modesta Cerquiera? He's on there. Yeah, he's cut. Bye-bye. See you later. What's up, Dylan Harrison? How you doing? Bruno Silva should be gone after losing to Nardiev. I think he should be cut before losing to Nardiev. He should be cut right now. They should put Nardiev versus somebody better. What are we doing? Marc Andre versus Bruno, loser gets cut. They should both be cut. Random question. If you could go back in time, which historical / famous figure would you want to meet and talk to? You already know the answer. Actually, I don't know. I was going to look something up. My father, my own dad, at 21 years of age, I will go back in time and tell him all of the results for every UFC fight card ever. I'm going to write down every UFC result. All of it. And he is going to live out the rest of his life, and he's going to discover it in 2024, right before this moment of time, 2024, and he's going to bet on all of those fights. All of those, he's going to be like, oh my God, I don't think this is real. And then see it happen and be like, hey, oh. And then he's going to bet, and he's going to bet. People are going to think, oh my God, look at all this money coming in. And they're not going to have any proof against them. Because I went back in time and gave him this shit. So, like, easy life hack to make my life better. Go back in time. I'm going to talk to Abe Lincoln. Hello, Abe. Hello, Robert. Did it feel good to free the slaves? Yes, Robert. Felt great. Cool. All right. Bye. That's it. I go back in time and meet an actual historical figure. What am I going to gain out of that? I could ask him something cool. I could be like an actual interview. What's your favorite food? And I could go back to the future and know that. Like, I don't know. There's no benefit. There's got to be a hidden thing that's going to actually help me, help my family or something. So I would do the simple thing. Go back in time. Even go back in time to the closest North Carolina historical figure at all. The smallest historical figure. And tell them to bet on this stuff in my name. Easy money. That's all you got to do. All right, let's go. I like that Drew Dober versus Chris Padilla fight. Chris Padilla has a look that loses to Dober. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. Yeah, Chris Padilla versus Drew Dober. UFC Nashville. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mario Pinto, Ryan Spann. We got Tracy Cortez on the prelims. We got Torres Finney taking on Malcolm. We got Miles Johns, Charles Rhythm. I don't know why that's on here. Julius Walker lives close. We got him on there. Brian Battle, Cheaty. It's a good card. UFC 318. We got Holloway Poirier. We got Jean Silva. Leroy Murphy as the co-main. Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. Brendan lives there, so we got to put him on there. Jeff Neal, Michael Page. I think Jeff is close to the area, but I'm not too sure. Jared Cannonier, Roman Dolidze. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just doing it. Sean Woodson, Gabriel Santos. Just a banger. Gabriel is so close to deserving a top 15 shot. He's not there yet, but he's close. Sean Woodson just lost, so Gabriel Sean, winner. If Gabriel wins that, he's in the top 15. Let's do it. Let's do it. Tim Elliott, Rafael Estevam, give Rafael a shot. He beat Charles Johnson. Give him a shot. Carolina Kovalevich. We got Alexander Hernandez. I got to change this. Marco Madero's just got a fight booked, so we'll have to change it again. Goddamn, I hate doing that. But yeah, Dumas was on, I think he was on this card or the last one we just did. He was on this Nashville card versus Therese Finney, and then he got arrested like a dumbass. Let's look at the charges, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you could see it because of my fat face in the way. But all of these are $500,000 bond, $2,500 bond, $50,000 bond, $1,000 bond, and $5,000 bonds for these things. Robbery and resisting arrest. Battery. Possession of a weapon. Drug. I don't know what this means. And then drug possession. I don't know what drug possess means. I don't know if that's different. But yeah, maybe he's possessing drugs and he's I don't know. Dumas can't catch a break, bro. It's not that Dumas can't catch a break. It's Dumas is a dumbass. Sorry. Who do you think is a good matchup with Riddell? Let's pull it up. We have everything. I think he's on the Australia card. Let's pull it up. Who did you say? Brad? Riddell? In Australia, the featured prelim of the card, Brad Riddell versus Cowboy Fernandez. Look at this Australia card. We got Robert Whittaker, Caio Borralho. We got Dan Hooker, Renato Moicano. We got Steve Erceg, Andre Lima, giving him a fight outside of the rankings. This is to prove you are legit, Steve. We got Jake Matthews and Rafael Dos Anjos. Rafael. It's a good name for Jake Matthews to add on to his resume. We got Casey O'Neill fighting Karine. Brad Riddell, Cowboy. Jimmy Crute versus Brendan Ribeiro. We got Cody Haddon on the card. We got Jack Jenkins on the card. We got Quillen Salkild on the card. Rong Zhu. Jai Herbert. We got Jamie Malarkey, Tom Nolan, a countryman versus countryman matchup. I love that fight. But I could probably switch that around because that's probably not the best thing to do. So let's do. What do we want to do here? Let's do. I think it'd be better if Tom Nolan's probably a little bit better. Let's do Tom Nolan instead versus Jai Herbert. And let's do Rong Zhu versus Jamie Malarkey. I think that works a little bit better. Then we got Jonathan McAuliffe on the card versus Song Keenan. Junior Tafatuco, we're going to reschedule that because it was supposed to happen this weekend. Got canceled. We'll move it around. Stuart Nickel, Niam Jargo, Tumen Dembele. Easy card. I don't know why the UFC doesn't hire me. Like, what are we doing? Chicago. Look at that. We got Rufi versus Michael Chandler. We got Josh Emmett, David Onam. We got Ulberg, Yuri, Ankh, Alex, Bryce, Nathaniel, Punahil, Ramon Tavares, Islam Dulatov. Come on, guys. We got UFC Shanghai. Look at that UFC Shanghai card. Beautiful. UFC Mexico. Oh, that's not you. That's France. My bad. But yeah, you can look at France too. Cyril Gane. We got Jan Blachowicz. We got Umar Sy. We got Fares Ziam. Benoit Saint-Denis. Uzdemir. Iwan Kutelaba. We got Baisangir Shamsudinov. William Gomez. We got a lot of prospects outside of the UFC I want to sign. Got a lot. Grant Dawson. Well, let's find him. Mr. Grant. I think we got him fighting a ranked guy. Benil. Dariush. Benil. Easy matchups, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing? All right. Damn, didn't know about your dad. Sorry to hear that. Oh. Dumas really looks like a SoundCloud rapper. It's nuts. Yeah, I would say so. Dumas got caught with a Glocky and a Hello Kitty switchy. Michaela versus Kenan is fire. I agree. I would agree. I would agree. Ryan H., you are back? I am back. I am rightfully back in the place I belong. The land of the free, the home of the brave on MMA YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. It is true. It is true. But yeah, Dumas, what are you doing? How is he not cut yet? That is so many crimes he's done. Why is he not cut from the UFC? I'm honestly curious at this point. Let me search Dumas. Is there anything in his comment section? I'm very curious now. I think it's SD. I think I gotta put it like that. Cedricus Dumas. Let's check the comment section. Okay, his most recent is Coach Adam Hicks. Oh, that's why he did that? Oh, he's got no comments. He's deleted the comments. Oh, he's got comments for this one. No comments about it. Yeah, they both like to assault civilians, so it'd be a good collab. Let's see. Is there any that's got a baby in it? I'm not going to look at that. Let's look at this one. All right. Let's see. There we go. We got comments about it. You just never learn your lesson, huh? I'm sure this time wasn't your fault either. Accountability is the first step into changing. We got the replies to that. Imagine having pronouns in your bio. Lil bro got triggered by pronouns. I can tell you care about how many celebrities... Okay, they're going crazy then. Damn, bro, I was actually a fan of you as a fighter. I think it's safe to say no one will ever watch you fight again in the UFC. And it's such a shame. Should have just locked in. Not glocked in. He didn't actually say that. I added that. Bro couldn't handle the loss. Fights 4 extra. Let's see. Broke blank. Has to commit robbery. Who's here after he just got locked up? Lol. I'm putting money on your books. Free, cuz. Why do you want them free? You gotta be taking everyone's drawers in the pen. Oh, shit. He's talking about him getting grape in prison. Interesting. How stupid can you be? Folks, you out doing dumb blank. And then we got cops and robbers type stuff. Back in jail. Haha. Yeah, I knew that was going to be how the comments were. Bert MMA, what's your opinion on speaking? What's my opinion on speaking? The hell does that mean? Frisbee Frank, what does that mean, brother? I'm literally speaking right now. What are you talking about, bro? What does that mean? I don't get it. I don't understand. What is my opinion on talking? Do it. Talk. I don't know. I don't understand that comment. All right, let's look at mine. I think mine had a lot of comments. 308 comments, 1,600 likes on this one. Let's go and read some of these. This might be one of the funniest posts I've seen in a while. Arrested again. Dude just out here doing it for the love of the game at this point. N-word. Stop crashing out. It wasn't an early stoppage. If anyone wants a meet and greet, you can check his visitation schedule in prison. Surpassed John Jones' record and is almost tied to his crime severity defenses. Ooh. 500,000. That's how much the bond was. It's crazy. Mike Perry 2.0 because he's black. I love the culture. State-funded fight camp prep guy, maybe an innovator. Interesting. I got finessed. Well. Boonk gang? What does that mean? I hate judging by appearances, but in this case, is anybody surprised? Oh. Let's check. What do they say? Nope. No, I'm not. Better numbers than the GOAT. Gotta be fighting on the main card to do this. Close enough. Welcome back, King Von. Just got UFC paid. Let's go rob a house. He literally just got done with his fight. Got paid thousands of dollars and then robbed the house. What are you doing? Please allow the judicial system to run its course. We are aware of the severity of these alleged crimes, but we believe in the judiciary process. You are innocent until proven guilty. Please respect this process. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he is innocent until proven guilty. That's true. But if you know, like, anything about Cedricus Dumas, this is not his first time. If it was a first-time offense, yeah, I'd be like, let's let the courts play it out. Let's see what's going to happen. I don't know if this man's guilty or not. It's Cedricus Dumas, my guy. It's Cedricus Dumas. Like, this dude is... This guy is a freaking... For sure. Like, there's no way he didn't do this stuff. There's a chance he didn't. There's a chance he didn't. He might be innocent. Like a 1% chance. But come on, he's done this shit. He's done this before. Not this specifically, but he's been in jail multiple times. Let's see. This is the guy. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, he's a friend of Cedricus. Okay. Alrighty. That makes total sense. All right. Reaper Mafia. What is this photo? Who is this guy? Reaper Mafia. Reaper Mafia is a family. Tune in April 12th for UFC 314. And he collabed with Cedricus Dumas. This was like a week before. The man got sent to jail. And okay. All right. This is like the one guy defending Cedricus. That's it. This dude is guilty. There's 99% chance this man is guilty. There's no way. There's no way. They cut Violent Bob Ross, but not this guy. Who's the guy? Ahmed Khazinzadeh. His crime was a little bit more severe. Let's be honest. But yeah. He should probably be cut too. Robbery. He might be cooked this time. He is most definitely cooked this time. Bro got knocked back to to factory settings. For what? Question mark. Like, the guy can't read. Shaking my head, bro had a career. A lot of people wish to be in his position, and he just throws it away. Shaking my head. Yeah, crazy. What's your comment? How do you think MVP versus Strickland at middleweight? I think Strickland would wrestle. I think Strickland wins that. MVP don't have the power like that, so Strickland will eventually close distance and wrestle and win that fight. That's a simple one. That's an easy one. They're saying the John Jones of middleweight. Makes sense. Who did Soldier Boy kill? I don't know. I don't know who he killed. But he did rob a house. Allegedly. Papa Bert, Joe Mama in the comments. Hello. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. We are about to end it. How long have we been on? Let's see. About an hour. I like to do at least an hour. We've done an hour. I like to do an hour live stream. So that's been a good one. We talked about a lot of things. A lot of it was Dumas related because the dude's an idiot. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching this live stream. I want to check how many views we got. I guarantee you it's like 30. I guarantee you because I've fallen off a cliff in terms of my popularity on YouTube. But it's okay. We're going to rebuild. 62. That's not bad. It's not horrible. But thank you guys for watching. We're back again. 1 hour live streams almost every single day. Videos coming back after this week's fight card. We're back, baby. We're back.